high performers don't use tricks or hacks. They use mental frameworks. Can you expand on that idea a little bit?
Yeah. So, anybody who's been on the internet for any amount of time, we've seen those thought leaders and influencers who say, wake up and take a cold plunge at 4 a.m. and do this, this, and this. That does not guarantee that you will be successful. That is not a way of thinking. Maybe it is a way of life for some, but it's very hard to be consistent and for it to be sustainable. What I'm talking about here is not these tiny hacks that you can do to optimize your day. It's more of what are long-term thought patterns you can implement in your life and in yourself that will sustain you through the rest of your career and life and hopefully improve your professional and personal relationships.
I love that. Something certainly that I believe in as well. I'm just kind of curious, is there a favorite of yours, of the mental frameworks that you do explore throughout the book? What would be your favorite and why?
Yeah, so entrepreneur and investor Reid Hoffman, I heard him on a podcast once say, consistency plus time equals trust. And that has been a guiding philosophy in my life ever since. And because not only can you apply it to investing or founding a company or doing a business, having business relationships, but also to your personal relationships. Any time that you meet a person and you're like, ooh, do I trust them? Can I not trust them? And you're trying to figure that out. It's through the longevity of that relationship that you can find the answer. And it's not just the other person, it's you too. So it's I asked the question of, name a relationship in your life, whether it's business, personal, or professional of any sort, where you trust a person who consistently breaks their promises to you. And it's that person doesn't exist. We do not trust people who say they're going to do something and then consistently over a long period of time break their promises. Maybe they do it 2 or 3 times and then you're you are not a reliable person I can count on. So I've thought about that in my personal relationships, with my husband. If I say I'm going to do something, I will do it, but also with my readers. So as the writer of the profile, I have not missed a single Sunday since February of 2017, not because I'm a workaholic, but because I understand that anytime you start doing something, everybody has these lofty goals, right? Oh, I'm going to send this every single week without exception, except for when life happens. You have to go to a funeral, you have to travel across the world to another country, different time zone, you have a baby. Life will happen, and it's planning for those unexpected events. How can I be consistent and keep my promise even when the unpredictable happens? And so I know that those moments will happen, so I have measures in place where I will still send you something. Maybe it won't be the full length of the newsletter you're used to, but I will still send you something so that I keep that consistency going and I earn your trust. And I did the profile for free for 3 years before I ever asked for a single dollar from my readers. And I think it's because I built that trust over that 3-year period that allowed people to be oh, okay, I can trust her with my money. I'm not gonna subscribe to this newsletter and pay, and then she's gonna run off and take my money and never send it again. So I think if you think about that framework as just an overarching theme in your life, you can apply it to every single area.